Hey, y'all. Thank you so much for tuning in to another episode of the Financially Abundant Podcast. I am so excited to be here, and most importantly, I am so excited to continue celebrating Women's History Month and talk to today's guests. I'm not gonna lie, I love how y'all been showing up and showing out with the support over these last couple of weeks. And honestly, y'all are the reason that I keep going because life be life sometimes, but God is good, and we keep going and we keep showing up and we overcome these obstacles that try to take us away from our destination. And it is because of you all that I've had the chance to meet amazing women from all over the world that I would have never met, like today's guests, who we are virtual besties. But if it
Mhm.
was not for this show, if it wasn't for God, and of course you all for encouraging me to keep moving forward, we wouldn't be here today. So thank you all from the bottom of my heart. And as we continue celebrating Women's History Month, we have a special guest today who is showing us a whole new perspective on what it means to be a bad during
Mhm.
this month of celebration. I love women. We are true powerhouses. But when it comes to moms, I have a whole new level of respect and admiration for you all. Y'all are so selfless. Y'all put everyone else's needs before you all, and y'all do it so fearlessly. It's so sexy. And it's just something about that. Y'all be doing the damn thing, breaking barriers, breaking generational curses, and creating legacy for your kids. So let me stop yapping and let me introduce today's powerhouse, Mychelle Smith. Hey, sis.
Hey, sister.
How are you?
I'm good, girl. I'm happy to be here. Let's
Girl,
talk. Let's
I'm
talk.
happy you here. So I've been looking forward to our conversation all month. I'm so
Of course, girl.
excited.
I'm happy.
And I just thank you so much for, taking the time. It means a lot to
Girl, the pleasure is all mine, but thank you for inviting me because I love to yap. I love to talk.
me. Girl, me too. And that's what we virtual
Right?
besties. Yes. So tell us a little bit about yourself.
So I'm Mychelle. I own Connected to Learning, which originated from my son being born with a disability. He has Klinefelter syndrome. If you ever look up Klinefelter syndrome, immediately you just get sad because Google really don't tell you a lot. Google is that person that you go to be like, oh my God, you have cancer or you
Yeah,
just have the
literally.
worst disease.
Literally.
Um, so I am somebody who feels like I need to prove the internet wrong. I need to prove statistics wrong. I have a lot of physiological doubt about what information you're giving me. So connected to learning literally birthed from me trying to find a curriculum and just opportunities for my son to learn on his own. I started off tutoring people and then it eventually just transformed into something totally different. I mean, I still tutor kids on the side because that's my passion. I love education. And now C2L gives back through scholarships every single year. This is our third year.
Oh my God. I cannot wait the
Yes.
day I can donate to your scholarship.
Girl.
It's
And,
amazing.
this is the third year, and I really target New Orleans students because if you don't know, New Orleans is just getting hit by a ton of bricks every single time. Our kids are just performing at the lowest in the United States, and it sucks. Overall, though, I just love like being an educator. I love being in a space where I can learn and just share knowledge. I just want to empower people to know that where you started is not where you're going, and it's definitely not what you're going to finish out being. As far as with Casey, I know that a lot of the times, like where I've come from, I don't want him to experience the same things. It's not that I had a rough life. I just want to have a better life for him.
Absolutely. I see.
Mhm.
I love that we're getting a new fresh perspective, right?
Yes.
Because I don't have kids at the moment right now.
Hmm.
So, you know,
Please wait.
I promise I am. But I have a niece and I have a younger sister who is 9. And it wasn't until I got older that I had called my mom and I apologized to her. I was like, I just want to apologize because I was not the best. I don't know how you did it with
Hmm.
four kids. We were all, back to back. It was just you and my dad, and y'all had limited resources. So how, do you continue to show up for not only yourself but for Casey?
I will say I didn't realize in the beginning how important a village was. And I know that sounds crazy, but for me, I think a lot of the time I was going through postpartum, well, I would say prepartum, where I just wanted to be isolated during my pregnancy. Like a minute I would want to spend time with family, and then sometimes I would just want to be isolated, like by myself, kind of just going through all of the things alone. I didn't know how to navigate pregnancy. Nobody really like talks about how to navigate pregnancy. We talk about the doctor's appointments and things like that,
Hmm.
but when do you call on your village and when do you call to God? Like,
Hmm.
God brings you those people in your life for, emergencies, but sometimes it just needs to be between y'all two.
Yeah.
And in that moment, I wasn't talking to God. Like, I'm thankful that he's the man that he is now, that he's always listening even when you're not talking.
Absolutely.
But I will say, since I've grown a stronger relationship with him, it's easier for me to see the triggers happening in place when I need support. So, like showing up for myself, okay, Casey needs to go to school so I can have a day off.
Okay.
Casey needs a sitter so I can have a day off, or I just need a break. Um, some mama's gonna be against this, but if I need a break, Casey getting an iPad.
The
If I need a break, Casey getting some candy. He gonna
iPad.
go in the room. And
No,
just
we support all of that because your mental health matters because mental health matters as well. Because if you're not, if you can't pour into yourself, you cannot be there for Casey.
Casey,
Mhm.
yes. So I will say something that I'm just learning. I used to always think like just going to get a massage and getting my hair done. That was just an external self-care thing. What was the internal thing for me was more so having a sound mind, just being able to like completely excel my thoughts. Like sometimes I might be running a million miles a minute and I don't understand what I'm thinking, but just able to like be where my feet are. That's self care to me. If I am at Casey's school, but I'm thinking about the light bill being needed, being paid, I'm not really.
In the moment.
I'm just like going in a frantic. I'm chaos all over. It's just a lot going on with me. So one of the things that I've learned to do when I'm balancing that is just like give Casey what he needs so I can give myself what I need.
Hmm.
And it always started with Casey, and I know that's kind of crazy to say that self peace, but like if Casey want an ice cream and I'm already kind of having like a itsy day,
Hmm.
he's gonna get that ice cream. I'm gonna go in my room. He's gonna go in his room. I'm gonna come back out when I'm ready. But that's just a part of the self care that I do at home. That's free.
Hmm.
That's convenient. It's easy to fix. That's what I'm all about. Like solution finder,
Yeah.
solver. We need something that's quick and easy to get done. And I'm back. I'm back shaking up. So I'm good. Like
I love that. And I love how you are always just finding little pockets in your life that you can do. And I think that's so important because I feel like sometimes, especially in society, we feel like we need to spend money to feel better. And I have
oh
been guilty of that. I
yes.
am an emotional spender. So I would do anything to feel better in that moment. And my vice is food. And one of the things God has just taught me is that you don't always. I actually saw a post very recently, but prior to the post, God has taught me like starving your flesh and feeding your spirit. But the
Mm.
post said, and it gagged me, you about to laugh. It said, "You're not a dog. Stop rewarding yourself with food."
You're absolutely right,
I
girl.
was like, oh my God. Because, like, let's say you have a good week and you stuck to your diet. Oh, I can't wait to, like, go get this piece of food. And it's like, stop rewarding. Like,
I
so
can't
what
help
I've
it.
done to substitute and stop always just being very quick with, I just need to feel better in that moment. I go for a walk. Because we live in the South, the weather is
Mm-hmm.
nice 24/7, 365. Just going for a walk a couple miles and getting that fresh air, putting my headphones on, listening to a sermon or a podcast or a book,
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I can go back.
I'm not gonna hold you, sister. I ain't gonna lie.
What?
Right down here for that.
I know.
Okay, but listen, I've been trying to get in the gym. I'm not gonna lie.
Hmm.
I've been trying to get in the gym and be consistent, but it's just like I'm not gonna lie. When those, you know how much stress you can manage, but it's just
Yes.
like they have that one stress ball that just come and knock you out, and it's like
Yes.
everything stopped. Like I ain't gonna do it. But since we have like a porch, a balcony, or whatever, I've been trying to use it more. I've been trying to get my money work. My rent work. I need every dollar.
I need I use every amenity up in here, okay?
I just started parking in the gate. I don't never park in the gate. I want to click that button. I'm gonna click it out as much as time as my rent costs. That's how much I want to click
I'm screaming.
it.
Oh my
But
God.
I definitely want to start doing more healthier, just more positive things like that.
Hmm.
Because girl, I will go if it's not food, I'm going to sleep. I'm gonna take me a nap,
Hmm.
and then nothing is done. Then I'm back stressed all over again. Because why waste
Exactly.
time?
Oh my God, we're literally the same person, and I've had to, because if I'm pissed, I'm going to bed, and then I wake up more pissed because I could have did this twice. But it's okay. This is all of our first time living. I give
Right.
all of us grace, and we're not where we are this time last year.
Facts. Definitely
And
have
we're
grown.
handling things way better than we have 2, 3 years ago. So I just want to say that I'm proud of you, girl.
I'm proud of you too,
I'm
sister.
proud of us.
Yes.
I'm
Girl.
proud of us. So I think one of the first posts that I came across on your page, and then we just started our relationship, was that I saw that you started building your emergency fund for Casey.
Mm-hmm.
You had made a post about every year that Casey, so the age that Casey is, so Casey is 3
Mm-hmm.
now. You have that's how you put $1,000 in for every year, so that way it triples. And as
Yeah.
the time he's 18, he got almost $20,000 saved up, or probably more, right?
Yeah.
Because you started off with this. Why has parenthood shifted your mindset about money and financial planning?
Okay, girl, I'm gonna get a little deep for you.
Oh no, go ahead.
So
This is the space for it. I love it.
when me and Casey's dad moved into our first apartment, girl, a month later we found out that I was pregnant. It was like all our family said it. To be honest, they was like, "Soon as you're moving, you gonna get pregnant." I'm like, "No, we not.
Not.
Don't say that.
Mm-hmm.
Why
Don't
would you
you
say
wish
that?"
that on me?
Right? Like we young and vibing.
Yeah.
Immediately a month later, I was pregnant. So right after that month, actually in the same month, guess what happened? A
What?
hurricane. A hurricane happened. I had just quit my job.
Was it
We had to get
hurricane?
either.
Okay.
I had just quit my job and he was working for Amazon at the moment. So of course, like if he's not delivering packages, he's not getting paid. So it was like, girl, we just moved this apartment. We just paid rent. Rent is due in September 1st. It's August 25th. Like, guys, it's too much going on. And we didn't really have like that. I'm not gonna lie. We didn't have money saved up.
Mm-hmm.
We wasn't ready for all of that. So just at that time, the last check I got, I had to make that stretch for 2 weeks, then come back and help pay rent. And it was just like, we can't do this with a baby. Like
Mm-hmm.
so immediately after that, it was just like I just needed to shift my mind frame. Like I can't expect him to pay all of the bills because I live in reality. He ain't no billionaire, so it's okay. Like
Right.
I'm gonna help you. And then from there, it was just like I could never be $0 broke when I got somebody at home with me.
Mm-hmm.
And not his daddy. I'm talking about if his daddy was to ever leave us or go out of the country or whatever, get called to the military. What do I have to provide for him?
Absolutely.
So.
Wow.
I don't necessarily believe in like mama's baby, daddy's maybe. No, it's
Mm-hmm.
mama and daddy baby, but mama and daddy gotta both have their own separate finances to take care of this baby.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Um, so it was just like I know that his dad was gonna provide for the bills, but the little money I did have, I was like, okay, I'm gonna just start putting this money aside for him. Like whether it's $5, $10, whatever. Eventually I started out with a money certificate for him, but it was just like emergencies kept happening, girl.
Mm-hmm.
Like it was always an emergency every single time.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, okay, I need to stop making emergencies happen. Like
Mm-hmm.
if my tire blow out, I need to have money on the side for that. I can't keep going into Casey's account for that. That's not his fault. And yeah, like it was just those moments when I realized like we were $0 broke. We
Mm-hmm.
ain't got nothing. What if our baby needed milk today, clothes, whatever?
Pampers,
So
whatever.
it was just something that I always instilled like into me, his dad. So now we are at the point where we have a high yield savings for him, a
Mm-hmm.
Sinkins account, 529, and two brokerages, a custodial brokerage, all of that. We have all of the accounts for him now because we knew from that one experience. And like you said, I really like what you said was like this is our first year living.
Mm-hmm.
And both didn't come from families who pass down money to us, who can give us just money on the fly. I mean, our village did the best that they can, and we respect that. So now we're doing better than the best that we can.
Absolutely.
So
I love
that's
that.
that thing.
I love that because like you said, it's not Casey's fault. He didn't ask to be here. And I love how you saw, like, it just took you that one time to say, you know what? Regardless if his dad is here or not, anything could happen, right?
Mm-hmm.
I need to make sure my baby's straight. I need to make sure that I'm straight. I think I told you this before. Me and my boyfriend, we started dating.
Mm-hmm.
Everything going cool. Year 2023, I lost my job. Then I get a job. Then he loses his job. We get a break. Then he loses his job. Then I just lost my job. But
Mm-hmm.
it's like if it wasn't those two incomes in the house, if we would have been SOL.
Mm-hmm.
And it takes a team.
I will 100% agree with that. Like Casey Daddy used to always tell me. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. When his daddy is around, I act like I'm so green.
Oh,
I
me
don't have
too.
a style.
Oh, I literally, what? Pay
I'm just a
a
girl. I don't
girl.
have a dollar. I don't know how to clean
Wow.
up. I don't know how to do none of that. Like,
Absolutely.
come to washing clothes. What, do you mix both of them together?
Oh my God.
Mind you, I told him, so Casey is a really good father. Let me put that up. He's a really good father.
I love that.
We
And I love
really
hearing
good.
that we have that
Oh,
black male fathers, great male fathers exist.
girl, if we had to go to court for Casey in custody, girl, I wouldn't even show up because immediately Casey's gonna say that he want to go with his daddy. Like, it don't matter
Oh,
that I carried
you
here for
fell out of
9 months.
me. You fell out of me and you talk about you want to
Right,
go
I got cut
daddy?
up for you, and this is what you're doing. I'm not showing up. I already know he gonna say he gonna go with his daddy,
Daddy.
and that's
Mm-hmm.
just gonna be it. And I'm okay with that. You know
Mm-hmm.
what? That's fine. But we co-parent. I tell him all the time. I'm gonna put him on baby mama support. So it's not about the child. It's about me. You gotta pay me back for the 9 months that I held your baby. Yes.
I'm
Mm-hmm.
screaming. You are so funny. Baby mama support is crazy.
Yeah, it's not child support. You're a great dad. You don't have to be on that.
Mm-hmm.
Baby mama
You
support
need the
though, for
baby mama
sure.
support. Put that. I need a baby mama. Actually, after this, calm say I need a baby mama sinking fund.
Please,
Uh,
I need that.
I need that. I want
From
that. Run that.
No, I'm gonna tell him that from July to April,
Mm-hmm.
I need you to stop paying my bills because every year, every month, that's how long I was pregnant.
That's how long I was pregnant.
Hmm.
I'm screaming. I'm
Your
screaming.
body never go back, so I need you to always keep that in rhythm.
Yeah, I need that. I need
I need
that.
that.
What outside of that first experience, with the hurricane and then everything going on, what has motivated you to stay consistent with Casey's fun and his education for his future education?
If Casey was to talk to somebody about me and I was a fly on the wall, what would he say and would I be okay with it?
Wow. Okay, give me an example.
So, growing up, like my dad was the homework helper. My mom was the enforcer. Like, you better not bring those C's, D's, and F's home.
Mhm.
My dad, on the other hand, was like, I'm gonna sit down and give you help with your homework.
Mhm.
My mom did the best that she could. She ended up dropping out of high school. My dad graduated from high school, so he was just a little more patient and understanding of like the things that we were learning.
Mhm.
Me, on the other hand, I'm my mom's first kid of all her kids who have a bachelor's and a master's.
Wow.
So
Congratulations.
thank you. So for me, it was like nobody really knew the transition of going to college, how much it cost. So when I was going to Xavier, girl, we had to do a parent loan. Both
Mhm.
my mom and my dad got denied, and it was just like their credit was bad, and I get it. So I had to take out loans in my name.
Mhm.
I realized, regardless of wherever Casey wants to go, whether it's a trade school or college, he
Mhm.
need the money.
Yeah.
Like it's not gonna fall out of the sky. I'm not gonna make you work when you're in high school, and I'm not gonna put that pressure and that stress that comes on you as a kid when you can't afford something you want to do. So
Mhm.
that was just like the
Oh, you're
motivation, like reflecting
crying.
back on my life.
Mhm.
Um, and just realizing that my baby have Klinefelter's. Like he's always with God. He's always probably gonna need extra support, but with God, like, he's gotten us this far, so I don't think he'll need somebody with him every single day. But it's just like having that support readily available, just like a toolbox. You might not
Mhm.
necessarily need all the tools, but it's better if you have
Mhm.
it when you don't need it than to not have it when you need it.
Mhm.
So just setting up like financial funds for him because money rules the world. It's evil,
Mhm.
but having money opens doors to opportunities that you
Yes.
don't get when you don't have money. So
Absolutely.
for me, I just always keep in mind like I want the best life for my baby. I never want my baby to be scared because a lot of kids. I used to be a teacher. A lot of kids would be like, "I'm scared to ask my mom, and she gonna tell me no." I never want Casey to feel like he's putting pressure on me if he asks to go on a field trip or he asks to go to do this, he asks to go do that. Not saying I'm gonna always say yes, but it's just like I want you to be comfortable enough to ask me. I
Mhm.
don't want you to be thinking about the light bill. I don't want you to be thinking about none of that because again, that's not your fault. That's not your place. You're a child. I
Mhm.
brought you into this world. I knew what come with it, so I have to make sure I'm prepared for all of the things that come with it. I'm
Mhm.
an extra mom.
Yeah.
Like I don't want you to look back in your scrapbook and be like, "Man, you gave me this big old first, second, and third birthday party, but now you ain't got no money for me now. Where's the money?"
Yeah.
No.
Mhm. I love that, and I love how you explain everything so beautifully. Like, it's funny how God uses certain situations to get us to start thinking about these things and having these conversations that we didn't necessarily have, growing up. So very similar
Mm-hmm.
to you, my parents were first gen. They are the first in their family on both sides to uh,
That's
go to
amazing.
high school. I know, get their high school degree and get their bachelor's degree. Why am I blanking? Bachelor's degree. And my dad has a master's. So my parents are literally, that girl and man.
Uh-huh.
Girl and
I
man.
love it.
But they did the best they could with what they had. They couldn't afford to send all of us to college, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I just knew that, we were taught very early on, do good in school, get good grades,
Mm-hmm.
because we had to take out student loans to go to college. We don't want that for y'all unless that's like the absolute last resort. Anyway, fast forward, my big sister, she ended up getting a full ride to go to college. So I just knew I was
Period.
getting a full ride to go to
Yeah.
college. Baby, they said you must make too much money. I said, who, Georgina and Rance?
Which parent you talk about?
Do you live in Oakland, Illinois? No, I don't think so. Okay. So we had to, take out loans. And I always tell people, if it wasn't for my student loans, I wouldn't be where I am today.
Facts.
It wouldn't have changed my mind set.
Mm-hmm.
It wouldn't have made me want to become intentional. Now, this road has not, been easy. Like,
Right.
there has been so many challenges, not challenges, there have been so many obstacles that have developed my character along the way. That's what I'm starting to say. It's not a challenge. It has developed my character. It has developed things in me
Mm-hmm.
and it has deleted things in me. But because of these things, like you said, it has made me, you know what? I think that's why. No, I think that's why. I know that's why one of the reasons why I've decided to not have children right now. I'm not saying that I'm in a rush, but
Yeah.
I know that if I was to have a child right now, I would resent them because I
Mm-hmm.
didn't do what I was supposed to do to get debt free before bringing a child into this world,
Right.
because I want them to be able to come to me. Like you said, if my baby want to go on a field trip, hey baby, mommy got it. Mom already started building your 529, so you cool for
Mm-hmm.
college. You already got an emergency fund saved up, so when you get your first apartment, you don't have to worry about putting furniture and stuff on a credit card.
I got you.
I already got,
Yeah.
I got you. I want you to, because my parents set me up. My mama still send me care packages to this day. She sent me a care package last week.
Period.
You know what I'm saying? So
I love it.
I love it. And I want to be able to give the same, to my child. So I love how you said, like, I had to do this because I want them to have better than me.
Mm-hmm.
Very
I
selfish.
love that you are very mindful and intentional like that about your about having kids. For me, I was 21, so obviously I was still a child myself. I just graduated from college, so I didn't really have um the mindset that I have now about kids. Like, yes, I want another child, especially because I grew up in a big family, so this is very
Yes.
selfish for me. I have six siblings on my
Yeah, me
mom's
too.
side,
Me too.
and then my dad has additional two kids.
Mhm.
So it's like I always have somebody around me.
Around me. Yep.
I think my baby deserves that as well, but I know personally I'm not ready financially or mentally for another baby. Like, I have a lot of moving pieces going on in my life. This just wouldn't be best fit for another child. Like, I feel like I can barely give Casey all the time that he needs. So that would be taken away from Casey and just kind of limited his experience
Hmm.
as my son.
Hmm.
And then I also realized like I'm not the same mom who I was when I first had Casey to now. Like, I was overly anxious. I was in a very dark and deep space. Like, I had a lot of identity crisis going on. Like, I knew what type of mom I wanted to be, but it was hard to like map out a blueprint for that. Like, now I feel like I'm the mom that Mychelle at 21 wanted to be, but
Hmm.
this mom is completely different from the mom that's going to be at 30.
Yeah.
Like, I know that he probably said my mom was aggravating. I'm sure
Hmm.
everybody said that. He gonna be like, my mom was blowing it. I know. I don't care about that.
I'm screaming.
But I hope that, like, in the future, his general statement is like, my mama got my back.
My mama got
She
my
gon'
back. My mama is the best. Like,
yes,
I know that if
she
I,
gonna nag and all of that,
yeah,
but she coming.
she
I'm
coming.
okay with that.
She go complain on the way,
Yes,
but she gonna be here.
gonna talk a hole in my head about why I shouldn't do this and that, but she coming,
I
and
love
I'm
it.
okay with that. Like,
Hmm.
whenever I think about when you say being intentional, that's how I am with parenting. Like, I try to stray away from a lot of the times of somebody taken away from my parental life. So like for Casey's first birthday party, they're like, "Oh, don't have a big old party. He's not gonna remember that." Girl, listen,
It's for me.
I'm manifesting. I'm gonna be a millionaire. I'm not gonna say a billionaire because with the things going on, I'm gonna be a millionaire,
No, you're gonna be a multi-millionaire.
a
Multiple
multi-millionaire.
streams of income.
Clock it. I'm gonna be a multi-millionaire, so I can have all of these parties. He's gonna remember one of them.
Yes.
But these first couple parties is for me. This is my mommy anniversary.
Yeah.
This is me
Yeah.
becoming a new mama every year.
Yeah.
Yes.
I love that. I never
Mhm.
thought about it like that, but like this is for me in another year of being a badass mom because I
Yes,
did that
girl.
shit. I
I
did
always
that.
tell my cousins every single year for their baby's first birthday party because it's like all every year my cousin gets pregnant or something. A new cousin, not the
Mhm.
same one. I always tell them like,
Brother.
congratulations on keeping a baby alive for a year because that's the hardest part. I will say, I asked the doctor myself. I say, what do you want me to do with this?
He's talking about keep
Talking about Casey, like,
hmm
you want me to bring this baby home? Like, I'm just 21. I had just made
literally
22,
just
but I
missed the
just like,
kid.
you want me to actually bring this baby home by
Mhm.
myself and like wake up at night to feed him?
Mhm. Mhm.
Girl, Casey told me a new behind.
I'm screaming.
Okay. That was my birth control lesson right there. You don't
I'm
need no more
screaming.
kids yet.
Okay, okay, you so funny. I also one of the posts I love, and I think this was like what kickstarted like our relationship. I saw
Hmm.
that you not only with the high yield savings account for Casey and emergency fund, but I also saw that you had the Louisiana Student Tuition Assistance account as well.
Hmm.
Can you talk a little bit more about that and why was that so important for you to start investing in?
So, one, it's a tax write off for me.
Okay.
But two, it's just like I know that at first I was that type of mom that's like my children don't have to go to college, but I realize I am changing my thoughts because I'm one on one. I could change every single day. I might change
Mhm.
that tomorrow, but
Mhm.
Casey has to go to college not because to bring me a bachelor's degree home, but because I always want you to know that you're going to have a job somewhere.
Yes.
You're going to be qualified somewhere. I'm not gonna say that you can't become a millionaire off content, but it's like I want you to have some stability first. Like the internet, they just try to take TikTok away. So like, what is your
Fallback.
plan B? Yeah, like and personally, I just feel like I want to set the tone that education is a priority around here. It's not an option. It's a priority. I'm not raising nobody who everywhere we go, I tell you shut your mouth.
Yes.
No,
Yes.
I want you to vocalize. I want you to advocate for yourself the same way I go out and do it for you. So just saving that money aside. Because again, I can sometimes backslide. I might take some out the savings, but putting it into an investment for him is just to let him know, like, you got money.
Mhm.
This all yours.
Mhm.
This is for you to keep. And then also with the 529, after 15 years of the money sitting, you can transfer $35,000 over to a Roth IRA. So
Wow.
not only have I invested into your college experience, I also invested into your retirement fund. So you set up. Hmm.
Period. Clock. You
Mm.
are literally. Oh my!
Yeah.
I'm so. That is amazing. I had no
Perfect.
idea that you can do that.
So obviously, like I think the max you could put in is like 170, but it goes based off like the price of tuition that year on
Yeah.
average or whatever.
Mhm.
But yeah, you can definitely transfer $35,000 over. And the best thing is, even if Casey was to get like a full ride like your sister,
Mhm.
I can still transfer her over to 35 and then switch the remaining balance to my other child's name. So now they have the 529, and then I could put 35 into theirs, and it just keeps going on and on. So yeah,
Girl, I'm about. This is the. I'm talking about.
yeah.
Oh my god! I love that. So you
Hey.
are setting Casey up, and he doesn't even know it. And this is so important because, like, I feel like a lot of how how do you encourage moms to do it? Like, how do you encourage moms to start, and where should they start? Because I think that is
Um,
just so amazing.
honestly, I don't like to do self-sabotaging, but I do like to do a deep reflection on myself. And I always ask, do you want your life to look like how it is right now, 5 years from now?
Hmm.
So that'll be my motivation to keep going. So one of my good friends, her name is Bijan. Bijan always told me like she wanted to save. It's just so hard.
Hmm.
And I'll tell Bijan like everybody life hard. Even people with money. Even when people with little pocket change, they still think life hard. I'm
Yeah.
telling you.
Yes.
But you gotta choose your hard.
Yes.
Not choose your poison because we only picking flowers for our bouquet around here. But we're
Hmm.
gonna choose our heart. We're gonna choose the flowers we gotta pull deep, deep out the ground.
Hmm.
And my friend literally saved $3,000 in 2 months
Wow.
because I was on her behind like that. I'm somebody
You
that's
was on
like, if
her
I'm
ass
gonna
like
pour
white
into you,
light.
yeah. if I'm gonna pour into you, you gotta be serious because I'm gonna put my time and effort into this. My girl
Yes.
said our goal was like $5,000. She was like, I'm gonna have 5,000 by the summer. I'm like, well, let's do 10,000. You
Mm-hmm.
talking big money? Let's do it. And
Yeah.
I've literally seen her grown. Like she has an investment account, but
Mm-hmm.
it's like if I want it just as bad as you do, because sometimes I always find myself like wanting something more for the
More
next
than the
person.
person. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
If we working hand in hand, baby, you're gonna get it. Like I'm
Mm-hmm.
just gonna motivate you. I'm gonna check in with you. I'm gonna set up a plan. Like I even did a budget breakdown for her 50, 30, 20.
Wow.
I literally laid the full blueprint out because
Mm-hmm.
again, if I experience something, I know everybody got to experience things on their own. It's just like
Mm-hmm.
some things I will want you to avoid. Like
Mm-hmm.
I don't want you to have to go $0 broke to realize you got to save. But
Yes.
one of the things that I would recommend all moms doing is just starting off saving $5. It's not
But where
about how
should
much
they
money
put it
you
at?
save.
Should they start? I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you
Oh,
off.
go ahead.
But where should they put the like if you know if you're a mom
Hmm.
and no matter how old you are, the best time to start was yesterday. The best time to start is today.
Right,
If you're a
right
mom
now.
and you don't have any, savings for real, what is the first thing that you recommend? Should they open up an emergency fund just to have like that cash on hand? If a tire some come out and then put
Hmm.
the high yield savings account? Like what steps would you tell a mom to take with that $5?
So honestly, I would build a sinkings fund, and with Casey and myself, we both have $100 sinkings fund. That's like the if my debit card about to decline,
Mm,
here's some money I could just transfer out. Once you get that $100 in that sinkings fund, then we start with the high yield savings.
okay.
The sinkings fund can be attached to that could be the savings account that's attached to your checkings account to
Okay.
like save you from overdrafting. But it's just in the beginning, we just trying to get you in a repetition of just saving. It's
Absolutely.
not about that money because you could save $100 and take it right back out because you got an emergency.
Absolutely.
So if you save what you don't miss,
Hmm.
$5,
Hmm.
it's easier for you to save and stack that money. And then the most important part for every woman who have a problem with saving and spending, you always get an account that's not attached to your everyday spending.
Hmm.
So
Hmm.
for me, I use Ally, and then there's a bank in
Oh, I love
Chicago called
Allie. My sinking
Yes.
funds are in Allie because I love how that you have the different buckets for it. I
Yeah.
don't like my money being, all over. I like it in one place. But with
Hmm.
Allie Bank, the sinking funds, so I have money for
Yeah.
every,
Everything that's coming up, of course.
coming up. Yep.
Um, For me, I have Allie, and for Casey, I have Alien. I think that's how you pronounce it. It's a bank in Chicago, but they only sent me like a little ATM card,
Okay.
and there's rarely any ATMs that down here in New Orleans that have like free ATM fees. So I
Hmm.
use that one for Casey because I feel like again as a mom, like I'm supposed to cover his emergencies unless it's like something that he wants. We
Hmm.
go in the store, he buy a toy, then I'm taking it out of your sinkings because I'm not buying it.
Hmm.
But other than that, starting off with just those good habits of just saving, it will get you further than you trying to save $100 per check when
Yes.
we already living paycheck to paycheck.
Yes. Yeah, I love that. Is so funny you said that because when I first started out, I think the biggest misconception is that you can't pay off debt and save at the same time.
I hate that.
Yeah, and I learned that the hard way.
Mm-hmm.
Because when I first got laid off, regardless if I have a partner or not, I didn't have enough to make sure I was cool.
Mm-hmm.
I had my emergency fund saved up at the time. Yeah, I had that
Mm-hmm.
saved up, but rent and all of these extra expenses, I was cash poor.
Yeah.
You would have thought I would have learned my lesson the first time I got laid off, but I didn't. Um, I had my little emergency fund up, but thank God this time around I did because I know my biggest expense is my private student loan payment. That is 1983 a month. That is nobody's responsibility but mine. I would never put that on my mama to pay, my daddy to pay, my partner to pay. That
Mm-hmm.
is nobody's responsibility but mine. So I did because I worked in sales. I was able to save up 3 months of that, and that has been able to sustain me right now in this transitional season,
Mm-hmm.
in my life because it's already saved. That is the if that once I can pay that every month, I'm cool with everything else, right?
Yeah.
But I was still cash poor. So now I am in a season where I'm like, even in this transitional season, even of being laid off, once all my bills are paid, I got $5, I got $15, and I had posted a video like, "Hey, boy, I got $15.
I
Buy my high yield
seen.
savings." Girl,
Yes.
I'm just in a space where I'm just like, how people like just post and stuff like that. So I'm not, getting caught up in like the likes, all that stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Girl, the video did so unexpectedly. Like that did better than
The videos you really put effort into.
bro, literally, that did better than me talking about, hey, boy, I got $100, let's transfer. Because, like you said, that is so relatable. So now every week I'm like, hey, I got $5. Hey, I got $10. I got $25. I just put it towards, I had $50. I put 25
Hmm.
towards my dad and then 25 towards my Roth IRA because we're no longer being cash poor. And like you said, it's those little habits. Because
Yes.
$100, if you're not used to saving $100 or if you're not used to put $100 automatically to go to your savings account, you go take that money back. But if you start with 5, 10, 15, 20, and build those healthy habits and change your mindset, watch that shit grow.
Oh, for sure. I think that I'm not gonna lie, that was the hardest lesson I had to learn because all my family used to always say like, "Girl, $5 not gonna get you nowhere." I didn't realize that it
Yes.
wasn't about the $5. It was about me creating a habit to save.
Say
Nobody never
that.
taught you how to save, and that's the
Yes.
problem. Like
Yes.
you, you have to be realistic with yourself. Nobody on here every single day is making $100,000 salary. Just your regular person.
Yes. Yes.
Like
Yes.
you gotta be realistic with your funds, your expenses. And a lot of the times, girl, I know like last year was my first year making $100,000. However, thank you, comma,
Come.
semicolon. Where is the $100,000? So as somebody who's saving and on their journey, yes, I have an emergency fund. Yes, I have a fund saved up to buy a house. It still doesn't reflect six figures. So
Mm,
it's like there's still a lot of work that I have to do within myself. So a lot of the times now I'm just kind of revisiting and just looking at the things I'm actually investing in my money to.
mm, mm.
Like you said, we go out to eat, girl. I went out to eat twice yesterday. I mean, it was $50, but it could have been $50 saved.
Saved.
We are going.
Yes, that's why I started cooking more. Because when you start like you said, I have so much work to do, but when I look at the progress that I have made and the work God has done in me, I have become more intentional about the things. So right now but also have balance. And I think that
Mhm.
is what I struggle with is like because I wanted to be so restrictive and have these harsh timelines, when I didn't meet the expectation of that timeline, whether that was I can't lie, I have been responsible for my own self-sabotage
Mhm.
or things that were out of my control, I snapped. And
Mhm.
I found myself
That's how
back
it
in
be.
situations that I had worked so hard to get out of. It's kind of like I know I shouldn't call that man, but I'm gonna go see that man because I need to feel better in that moment. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
just a relatable example.
Mhm.
But I say all that to say, the older I get, I'm like, why would I? I can make that at home. I can fix that.
Yeah. Well, I'm not saying yeah because Sister can cook, but I get where
You
you're
from
going with
Louisiana, you should be able to know how to cook because when I come down, it's the
it.
gumbo.
Don't drag me on here, girl. Everybody gonna be talking about me. Okay, listen, I could cook like regular stuff, but like gumbo and all that, girl, I feel
Mhm.
like that's for old people.
I'm
Like that's not where I belong.
I'm
Like
cracking up. You is so
I've been
silly.
learning to try to practice cooking from TikTok, and
Hmm.
it's just like I'm
Hmm.
not about to waste my money on buying these groceries, and I know I'm gonna mess up. So I'm gonna go just pay somebody to do it right the first
Hmm.
time.
I'm cracking up. My because I don't know. I just like enjoy cooking these last and I know how I was talking about balance. Like out of the month, I have weekends where 2 weekends in the month I'm in the house.
Mm-hmm.
2 weekends out of the month I am either with the girls or on a date night or doing deny day,
Oh,
something from
yes.
myself, just to have that balance. But also what has helped me too is like having cash. Because if once I start drinking, I know myself, I don't have self control. I become swiper, no swiping, baby. The whole
I buy the whole bar right
you girl, I can't do that.
now.
I
I
can't
know the
do that. It
feel.
gotta have self control. So yeah.
Sister, I'm not gonna lie to you. I've been sober for like 5 months,
I
but girl,
love that.
I want to drink so bad,
I love
and it's not because I was like a alcoholic to myself, but I
that.
know like I was going out to eat almost every day, so I was having a lemon drop. So technically,
Yeah.
on paper, that's an alcoholic.
Mhm.
Um,
It's
but
not.
more so, um, girl, I was getting big. I was
Yeah.
getting big, losing myself. I was just getting depressed from drinking, and it was just like I think that's where $100,000 went because I had the money, and it was just like okay, you know, how
Mm.
some people be like, I got just because you got money don't mean you happy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
I was able to buy all of the things that I like,
Mhm.
but I still just was looking for a high. Like I was looking for the next high, and the drinking, I guess it was doing it for me. So
Mhm.
I moved into my last apartment. I was like, I'm not gonna drink no more. I don't like the way I look.
Mhm.
Stop drinking. I just started working less, and I feel like I'm free. Like today, I could have went to work today. Because I sub on the side too when I'm not working with a client.
Mhm.
But I was like, nah, I'm not hurting for money. I'm not
Yeah.
stressing about money.
And
I'm
that
about to
is
take me a
what
day off.
financial freedom is all about.
Yeah,
Yes. I love that. And congrats on being 5 months sober. I am
thank you.
2 months sober from vaping.
Period.
Yeah, it's a struggle every day because every day I be like, I just need a puff. But I think the seizure saved my life.
Thank you for sharing that with me too, because I know that probably was tough.
We could talk about it offline. But every time I like feel like I need like I crave it, right? You know, it is
Hmm.
still nicotine at the end of the day. And because I had literally God forced me into going cold turkey with it after warning me multiple times for the last year and a half to stop, forced me to go cold turkey with it. There are still days where when I start craving, I'm like, you got a $7,000 hospital bill. Relax.
Since I'm about to tell you something bad, I'm gonna tell you something bad. They
What?
don't put hospital bills on your credit no more.
I know, but we gonna talk about it off. We gonna talk about it,
They
but
don't really. So technically,
I know, I know. We'll talk about it offline.
um,
What advice do you have for moms who feel like they don't have enough extra income to start?
I would say limit what you think is fun because it's probably not fun. Again, for me, I used to love to go out to eat and drink and just kind of look for the next high. But
Same.
I mean, you can go in New Orleans. We sell liquor at Walgreens, so you could go to the gas station. You could literally go anywhere, get a $10 bottle of wine, and go inside. You don't need to
Mhm.
go to the bar. You don't need to do all of these things, and just
Mhm.
you know how, like you mentioned, people say just start posting anything. Just start
Mhm.
doing stuff around the house that you would pay somebody else to do and find your niche. Like find what makes you comfortable.
Mhm.
Because it's not always about spending money. We don't realize that is a bad attachment to money when
It
you feel
is.
like you gotta spend it to be happy. Like you say,
Yes.
emotionally spending your money. Then
Mhm.
you back depressed all over again. So just finding your internal happiness within things inside of your house. So like for me, when I was very depressed about like this Casey being born and
Mhm.
not necessarily like he was a burden on me being born. It was just like his diagnosis and I couldn't find help for him. That was depressing. I didn't
Yeah.
know what was going on.
You
Nobody never
couldn't help
experienced
because
this.
there was nothing
Yeah.
to do to help your
So,
baby.
you know, feeling helpless, feeling guilty, I just started posting more about it online. And I promise you, like every video of Casey that I have posted is probably viral. Like somebody
Mhm.
just commented on my page the other day and was like, I was looking up Klinefelter syndrome for class and
Mhm.
you and Casey popped up. I'm like, I'm happy to talk about it. It just heals me a little bit more every
Mhm.
single day. So
Mhm.
for me, that was like posting videos, not necessarily for money, but just to help other moms.
Yeah.
Like, even if you got to one of the things that my therapist taught me because I was in a very dark space, like the deep hole space,
Mhm.
if you get what I'm saying.
Mhm.
She used to always tell me I need to tell myself nicer things about myself. So
Oh.
one thing I would tell myself is like, don't play about my friend because I don't play about my friend. Would you let somebody else talk about your friend in front of your face?
No.
So don't play about my friend. Don't talk about my friend. Don't say nothing about her.
Mhm.
So I always tell myself that, like, if I'm gonna say, oh, I hate my skin because it's got
Mhm.
so many bumps on it,
Mhm.
one of my friends would be like, Mychelle, don't say that.
Don't say
And
that.
I'll tell it to myself. Like, I would pretend to be my friend in my head. Crazy, delusional.
Mhm.
But it worked. It got me to a
It
space where
does.
I'm
It
able
does.
to post my skin on TikTok, something I would never do. But
Mhm.
here I am,
Mhm.
encouraging people to get on Accutane and just finding true happiness. And another part of that, and I'm just rambling on, is
Oh, girl, no, you're good.
when I was in a dark space, like even with Casey's father, he would tell me I'm pretty and like give me flowers and stuff. God was so mean and nasty to him, and I'm so sorry for that. But we are in a better space now
That's
that
good.
we can like talk and just
Mhm.
kind of like reminisce on some things and just reflect. Like we were young, we were 21, 22. This our first apartment. So I will also go as far as saying if you have the means and the wills and it's a boundary set between you and your child's father, talk to the person that experienced that with you so they can kind of relate.
Mm-hmm.
So like now we both experience a lot with Casey. He's a man, so he feels like he has to keep his thoughts internal. Well, me, I'm expressing it like, oh my God, my baby need therapy. My
Mm-hmm.
It was those things. So we would find things around the house to kind of like play with him and do with him. But as far as like a new mom, whenever you ask questions, you're already doing a good job. You're a great mom. A great mom advocates for her baby. That starts with asking questions.
Mm-hmm.
The second thing is changing up your life.
Mm-hmm.
Don't let nobody box you in. Don't let nobody tell you like your baby is all right. If you feel like something is different about your baby, you move differently about your baby. Like
Absolutely.
people don't respect you until you start putting those boundaries in place.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So as a new mama, I would definitely say just find something that you will want somebody to do for you.
Mm-hmm. I love
And
that.
that's pretty much like the advice I can give because when you're a new mama, it's hard to listen to anything because
Mm-hmm.
sometimes somebody could be talking to you and it's like a brick wall in your ear.
Mm-hmm.
It takes for like God to literally pull you up
Yeah.
out of that space.
Release you.
Nobody can really help you for real. That village, because I
Mm-hmm.
told you, like my village, I used to always want to isolate myself from them, and it was literally God that told me,
Mm-hmm.
"Move, like you need it." I used to go sleep at my cousin's house,
Mm-hmm.
not overnight, but just to take a nap, bring my baby over there, and it was that what made me start feeling better. That's what made me feel like I'm a mama. I could do this all over again.
Yeah.
So
Love that.
prayer,
Mm-hmm.
love yourself, prayer, peace, and just mindfulness.
Mm-hmm.
Being mindful of your own feelings, just praying, asking God. You don't even got to say, God, I need
Mm-hmm.
specific things. God, just help me.
Mm-hmm.
Help me, please, Lord. You could just say that. And I promise you, He's going to come. He might not come when you want it, but He's always on
Don't always
time,
come
okay?
on time. I love that, and I love how you are. That is one of the things that I'm learning right now in this season of my life is when I take care of myself, everything else flows better. Because for so long I will always put other people's needs first. And I'm learning through therapy. Oh, I
Mm-hmm.
missed the lady. Somebody asked me, they was like, "How is unemployment going?" or something like that. I was like, I'm not gonna lie, I'm very blessed that I haven't had
Mm-hmm.
to, rush into anything. That I have a partner that is able to make sure that I'm straight, the house straight. I'm so blessed and I'm covered by the blood. But I'm like, I'm not gonna lie, I miss seeing the lady. I call my therapist the lady.
The lady. I love
I was like,
it.
"Girl, you need to call her a lady."
Yes. I
Seriously,
love
all
it.
my friends know, be like, I was like, I miss the lady, but the lady has taught me to stop pouring from an empty cup. And that's what made me start Deny Day because no matter what is going on, this day is literally about me because when I put myself first, no matter what is going on in the world, I'm able to show up better. I'm able to be more mindful. I'm able to be more intentional. And that flows into every aspect of my life.
Absolutely. You
Yeah.
know what's so funny? Today I was telling my friends, you got to go see about you. You always go and see
100%.
about anybody else, even when they come to your baby.
Mm-hmm.
You got to put your baby on pause for a second. Go see
Yeah,
about you.
it's good about you. And I love that this generation of like this era of women, in
Mm-hmm.
our age bracket, we saw a lot of our moms pouring from an empty cup. We didn't know that then. We
Mm-hmm.
realize that now. Um, and it's beautiful how we saw that from our parents that we're gonna change that about ourselves, and we don't feel bad
Absolutely.
about it. Like I saw a video of a woman saying that her husband, they live very far from family on both sides, so they have a night nurse, and she was a black woman, and she talked about why she had a night nurse. And of course, you see all those encouraging comments, then you get those one or two that's like, well, I didn't have a night nurse and we didn't have that growing up and stuff like that, like you have to figure it out. And she responded to that and was like, if I have the resources to make sure that my mental is straight and that I can
I'm
show
gonna
up
use it.
better and be a mom, I'm gonna use it. And I love it. And I was like, I want a night nurse.
And I don't feel a goddamn way about
And I don't feel no, you ain't getting no shame out of me.
it. Girl, when I was telling my family, if I was fortunate enough, I was telling my family I wanted a postpartum doula. I know the next
Hmm.
time I have a baby, I will.
Absolutely, you gonna be able to
Like you
afford
say, a
that.
night nanny, girl, I'm be
Knocked out. Everybody
ooh,
straight. And I'm gonna cook her dinner just cause, girl, I love you. I couldn't do this without
tip
you.
on top of how much I'm paying because I don't know. One thing I used to always tell my mama, I don't know why older women value struggle. I don't want to
I
struggle.
don't want to struggle. No, I'm
I
like,
don't want to get. I don't want to be resilient. I don't want to be powerful. I don't want to be strong. I just want to be soft and
Yes.
just a girl.
Yes, I'm just literally a girl. I'm screaming. We are literally the same person.
I
Uh,
don't tell me I'm strong. I don't want to hear that.
I
No.
don't want to hear that. No, it takes a, like you said, it takes a village, and I love how God has just done a work in you inside out, and you are able to show up and be my shell in every facet in every role that you play in your life.
Girl, I appreciate that. I love
Yes.
this conversation we had.
Yes. I have one more serious question, and then I have a fun question.
Okay.
So, serious question. Beyond saving, what other financial tools and strategies do you recommend for parents building wealth for their children?
Um, Personally, for my baby shower, I got all of the guests to bring a book
Okay.
because knowledge is wealth.
Yes, it is.
Um, Number two, I would recommend the Doula Dove grant for people who want to have a doula. But another thing is, even though it's not necessarily you putting money in, but for Louisiana, we have the 529 where you can do like if you go out to eat, you could connect your card to the rewards program and the change goes to the account. So that's like unconsciously saving the money. You don't even know. And another thing would be for Casey birthday money, I literally just put it all to the side. So like that's nothing you contributing to. And then I will always say this is how you get people. I'm gonna teach y'all a marketing trick even with your family. You have to tell them like don't buy Casey no toys, but you could bring him a $3 gift card or just $3 in a wallet. Somebody gonna give you $3. Put them
Yeah.
$3 aside. You ain't even gotta save it. Put that in a bank account, you good. That's how you finesse people. I hate to say your own family, but you know, family won't buy all of these big old toys. Do not bring
Yeah.
that to my house,
We
please.
don't need none. He don't need
We
none of
don't need nothing else.
I love
um,
that's so funny you said that because I always told people like when the time come and God blessed me with the opportunity to be a mother when it comes like to baby shower and stuff, I'm gonna
yeah.
tell people because God has truly blessed me my life. And I
Mm-hmm.
have my in-laws amazing and my family
Oh,
amazing, right? We don't need
yeah.
a toy. I'm going to tell everyone like a certificate like a CD or like hey, like you say bring $20 and we go
Mm,
put it all like in a certificate or whatever we or 529 whatever we decide to
yes.
do at that time. And now I'm going to implement what you just said for their birthday. He adopt every if 100 people come and everybody give me $5.
We good.
We cool. He don't need nothing.
We good. We good. We don't need none of that. I mean, you got clothes is always a good one, but preferably money because kids be growing out of clothes so fast,
Yeah,
girl.
literally, literally.
But other than that, like anything advice wise for like wealth,
Hmm.
I would literally say it's hard out here,
Yeah,
but you gotta the best way for your kid is like saving $1.
yeah.
Also, again, I don't know how like Medicaid works in other states, but down here we have Louisiana healthcare where you bring your baby to the doctor, and if you get them like vaccine shots and whatever like that, you get like $25 per visit, and you get that on a card. So that's like money you could put into their accounts as well. So there's like little niches and ways that you can get them some money, and I'm always entering like giveaways, girl. I want a free vacation to Vegas off the radio, so
I
yeah.
love that. I'm like, you sound like my mama, girl. My mama. Everywhere we go, I can't get no free fry. You just never know what you. Of course, and I think that has helped me like in sales because the worst you can say is no. So if I'm like I can't get no free fry, I always tell people it's my birthday wherever I go.
Oh yes.
And I'll be like, it's my birthday, I don't get no cake. And some people like, no, or some people like, let me see your ID. I'm like, damn, nah, it ain't my birthday. I don't
Like
get
this ain't even coming out of your check for real. Like, come on now. Go
like,
take your job
girl, don't
serious.
even. But I love how you just giving practical and relatable, like everyday changes that we can do. You know, like,
Wait, sister, hold on, not to cut you off. The last thing I know about
yeah.
your baby old clothes.
Hmm.
We have something called Once Upon a Child in New Orleans.
Oh
You
yeah,
could
I've heard
bring the
about
old clothes
that. Hmm.
to there and get money for it. But it ain't gonna be a lot. It's gonna be like $20. But that's $20 you didn't have.
Yeah.
So that's some more money you can help save.
Yes,
Mm.
yeah. It's kind of similar to like Plato's Closet for us. Like you're not
Yeah.
gonna get what you paid, but you could get something. And I just love the practical everyday tips. So like when you become a multimillionaire, when you turn your business and then you have a whole business where you are educating people all throughout the South, people didn't see your journey. They was like, she was literally $5, $10 every time Casey birthday party or everything. Like she was
Yes.
doing practical things, and I feel like when people see the more practical and relatable stuff, it's like I can do it too.
Yes.
I can do it too. I love that.
Amen.
Okay, so now
Yes.
my fun question.
I'm
If you
skiing.
had an unlimited budget for a mom's day off, what would you do and how would you spend it?
Oh, so first we are getting rid of the car that I got. We going straight to the dealership.
What you
First bad first bad decision. We gonna cash out right then and there.
cash out? What you doing? What you been?
Shit, I might buy the whole lot. I ain't lying. I need
You
something new
talking
to
about the
ride it
budget
every day.
unlimited? The limit does not exist.
This
Everybody
car
got.
did not decline. Um, yeah, I got to spoil myself with a new car. I can't get
Mhm.
two, three cars. Put it
Mhm.
on a turbo to make some money after that.
A
Um,
period.
I actually do want to buy. I don't know if it's like a dream that I had that I keep saying, but I want to buy an apartment complex. So we finding the next piece of property that I can
Mhm.
have.
Mhm.
Then I
Mhm.
gotta rent out. I gotta put a deposit down for like Woodhouse for the next couple months. Like I gotta
Mhm.
buy me a Woodhouse membership. I need to go to get a
What's that?
massage every. Well, it's like a massage place.
Oh, a massage place. Okay.
Yes, I need a massage every week.
Yes.
Put a payment down for all of that. Um, I'm gonna hire me a couple cleaners, girl. I'm gonna have to put
Mhm.
them on payroll. I gotta max out all of the money.
The
I
budget
gotta
is
put everybody on
unlimited.
payroll.
The budget
Yeah,
unlimited. So you cool. You can have them clean for the rest of your life.
I'm putting it on everything. Like everything I'm putting, every type of maintenance you could
Mhm.
think of, hair, nails, toes,
Mhm.
whatever,
Mhm.
massage, clothes, everybody going on maintenance.
Yeah.
I don't want to do a thing. I just want to wake up, somebody right there to brush my teeth, wipe my ass if I could. All of that.
Like your
I
ass
want
is
my life to be.
crazy.
You said no budget. I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna show you how to spend some money.
So you gotta spend some money.
I'm gonna show you how to spend some money,
You is
girl.
so silly talking about I don't even want to wipe my own ass. This gonna be somebody to do every I don't
I
even pour my own coffee.
I don't even want to think about what I'm about to eat today. You have that set out for me,
You gotta
okay?
sit out for me. I love that.
You better know what I'm on.
You is so silly. Oh my god. I would say
I ain't even.
my unlimited. I don't even know. I don't like if I had like an unlimited. I could budget. Honestly, the first thing I would do is I would clear my parents' mortgage and all they debt.
Okay, I love that.
I would clear all their debt and their mortgage, and I would make sure
Oh,
my niece and my little sister don't need nothing.
period.
They gonna be
We
cool.
love aunties like you.
Yes, they gonna be cool. Once I make sure like, and then I will make sure I'm set up like my. Once I make sure like we set up, I'm cool.
Yeah.
Chauncey cool, my family cool. Like you said, everything.
What about Tyrone?
Girl, Tyrone fine. Tyrone gonna be fine. Tyrone is so silly, girl. And after that, like you said, everything monthly maintenance, hair, nails,
Yes.
facial, like I get a
Just
Chanel.
put
You
in a
get
bag.
a Chanel. I'm gonna get a Chanel. Like my when I pay off everything and I become debt free and we celebrate, I'm getting my Chanel.
As you should.
I want my like, and this gonna feel so much sweeter, right? Cause can I go buy Chanel on my credit card? Yeah, it won't feel good.
Yeah.
I look good. It won't feel good. But the fact that I saved up every time 5, 10, and when I go buy, it just makes the reward like much sweeter.
Can I give you a devil's advocate?
What?
What if you just buy it on your car right now and put the 5, 10 that you were
Girl, it's maxed
saving?
out. The credit card. Let's go
It's
back in
okay.
credit card then.
It's okay. I pay off my credit cards every year. The next year I'll be right back at it.
I'm
So it's
screaming. No,
okay.
this year. I vow this is my last year ever being a credit card debt. I
Okay.
will
I'm
be.
gonna hold you to it. I'm gonna be checking you every month. Let me see that
Yes,
statement.
I will be consumer debt free this year.
Period.
Like I will never get back in credit card debt because I realized that shoulda, woulda, coulda.
Mm-hmm.
I would have been so much if I didn't get back in credit card debt and if I didn't allow a season of detours affect my emotional spending. I wouldn't have been back in almost $20,000 in credit card debt. But because I allowed my emotions to get the best of me and to do anything to feel better in that moment, I set myself back.
But do you think you would have been as smart as you is now about
No,
money back then?
no.
So you probably would have ended up in it anyway. It took this experience for you to
Yeah,
be like,
never again.
nah,
This shit
I
really
don't like
hurt.
that.
I don't like how this feel, quite literally. But like you
uh,
said, everything is to learn a lesson. And you know, when it's all about character development. And so I
Facts.
know how this feels, and I don't ever want to feel like this again.
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 Yes.
Yes.
Knowing somebody is calling you and really clocking you for money is crazy. Like,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I know the feel, sister.
Yes. Well, sister, is there any piece of advice you want to give before we, wrap up today's show? Where can people find you and your story and your journey and follow along?
So you can find me on Instagram at mychelle, mychelle.smi, and it's also like that on TikTok. You can follow my business page, Connected to Learning. I drop a little fun tips here and there about financials with your kids. You can keep that on Denai's page about everything else. I'm not as I'm not as good as she is with the decor.
Oh my God, I'm screaming. So
And I feel like her page is easier to follow because my page got so much stuff on there. So ask her the questions for
thank
real.
you.
Um,
I respect
and the only advice I would give to anybody is give yourself grace. Like we mentioned, we talked about a lot of stories that happened. We shoulda, coulda, woulda. But just remember that if that experience didn't happen, you probably wouldn't be as smart as you are now. Not saying that you probably didn't realize you should never spend $20,000, but it's like, oh, that $20,000 hit differently when you don't got it and you got to pay
it.
it back.
Hmm.
So just being mindful, and also even in the process, sometimes you do have to reward yourself. So don't be so strict on yourself about I can't go out to eat this month. You could go out to eat. Just be mindful. Put that money aside. And all in all, just give thanks to God throughout this. And I don't want to do no spiritual bypassing, but just realize like,
No, this is a spiritual, faith-based show.
yes, period. Um, just always give thanks to God because you don't know what He's handling on the back end. And I would say that go as far as me moving. I kept saying, God, please help me find an apartment. I didn't realize I was going to pick an apartment on the third floor with no movers. So thank God for my child's father, his best friend, and his little brother because I didn't pray for movers. I just prayed for another apartment. And look how God made that happen for me. They all took off of work and from school to come help me. So
Hmm.
I appreciate that.
Hmm.
And that's what grace, love, and just working with God looks like.
Hmm.
That's all the advice I got to give, sister.
I love that. And with that, we conclude today's episode. We conclude another week of celebrating amazing women and amazing moms. Thank you so much, Mychelle. I truly enjoyed today's episode. You have blessed me, and I hope that this episode has blessed everyone listening. Don't forget to subscribe to the podcast, the YouTube channel, and leave a like, a comment. Like it goes a long way, especially to push out today's episode and get it to the right people. Y'all know my saying. It's not the destination that inspires others. It is the journey. So inspire yourself to break generational curses and be the first to do the damn thing. I love you all, and I hope y'all have an amazing day, an amazing week. And I'll see y'all next week, same time, same place. And we have another amazing guest to help conclude the end of Women's History Month. Love y'all, and I'll see y'all next week. Bye.
Right.